All right, everybody, welcome to another Hangout League of Legends lesson and tutorial. Today we're talking about how to last hit. And last week, you guys can go check out the channel. We talked about how to find the right champion for your personality, and Warren decided that Jace would be the fit for me. And so today we're talking about last hitting, and I got Warren as usual. Warren, welcome back.
It is so fun to be here. I'm so excited.
Okay, so it's been a fun week. I've moved. I don't know if you can tell, it's a different background. So I haven't done anything from Friday, Saturday, Sunday except moving. But before I was playing Jason, and uh, he's a tough champ, man. He's a tough champ.
Yeah. He's not very easy to get used to, but he definitely is worth the challenge. He has a lot of
Yeah,
aspects to
the range is ridiculous. When you can land that combo, the
Oh
range
yeah.
is ridiculous. So I got to get used to it.
Yeah, it's
I'm still
definitely
not great
something.
at it. The
I've been looking at your stats lately, and you've been maintaining some pretty high CS counts. So, which is good. Now we're gonna take that to the next level. Okay, so
Okay,
this
so last hit. Here we go.
Yeah, last hitting. What is last hitting? What is the point of it? Why do we do it? The basic idea is the more creeps you get, the more gold you get. Now you can have 200 CS, for example, in two different games, but the amount of gold you get from each of those numbers could be different. You know how tank minions are worth over 200% of a normal minion, right? They're anywhere from 42 to
Right.
46 gold, right? They can be worth more. So those are more value than every other creep. Okay? Now
Yeah.
I'm going to show you the idea of last hitting here in kind of a picture form.
Okay.
This is something that you're going to be attempting to do in every game that you play. It requires a lot of awareness. How do I screen share here? There we go. Um,
The green button
Screen.
on the
There we
left.
go. There we go. You can see my screen?
Yep.
Perfect. Now, when you're CSing, what you want to do is you want to select the minion that is dying the quickest, and you want to be paying attention to their HP bar up here. Okay?
Okay.
When their
So
HP, sorry?
you're clicking on the minion.
Yes, you want to click the minion. So if this is the targeted minion right here.
Yeah.
Okay? You want to click on it so its HP bar gets up in the top left here. Okay? Then you want to wait until their HP value, is lower than your AD value.
Okay.
Okay? And when it's lower than this, you can kill it.
Right.
Okay? You don't want to wait until it's above it because let's say like it's at 55 HP and you auto attack it and you have 51 AD, right? It'll just barely live and then a creep will take it and you'll lose the gold. Okay?
Yep.
So when last hitting, right, you want to make sure that you select the creep, look at the HP, and be able to take the creep. Okay?
Yep.
So we're going to get right into this right here. We're going to do a little pseudo drill, right, and see how comfortable this is. And I want you to tell me how you feel when you're doing it, how the focus is. We're not going to be trading. You're just going to be focused on getting creeps, okay?
Okay. So we're going in game.
Yep.
All
You're
right.
online, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on.
Invite.
Jace.
Picking Jace. Getting used to his animation.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. First, every time I go into the game, they're like, oh, wait, I'm Jace again.
Yeah.
So you some other champs.
Jace is a champion who has he's a range champion, but he has underneath average range. So,
Right.
um, he
The
has
first game
to.
I played with him, the with other people, the guys on my team were like, Jace, go refund that skin, man. You suck.
Oh yeah, a lot of people don't understand. Like, you need to improve. You don't just automatically start out good at this game.
They're hating on me. It's okay. Well, if you miss those shots, then you're pretty screwed.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I actually changed my starting build a little bit. I go with the longsword instead of the Doran's blade.
Yeah. You can do that. Typically, you go longsword in a lane where you need more potions, and you go Doran's blade in a lane where you need to be more aggressive in line,
Okay.
because Doran's blade gives you more combat stats.
Right. Gives you the health, but not as much AD.
Hmm.
It also helps your build, right? It lets me get to brutalize a little faster.
Yep, it accelerates your build path as well, so it makes your um your first buy amplified. So if you're not going for a kill early game, but after your first buy, it's better to go longsword.
I'm feeling rusty, man. It's been 4 days. I'm on a new computer setup. We'll see what happens.
Okay, so an important thing to note, I'm sure you know, but it is your reference point. Minions spawn at a minute and 30 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, and then after that, minutes spawn every 30 seconds after. So what that means
Okay.
is you need to be prepared for a new wave to hit your lane every 30 seconds. Okay?
Right. I had to turn off all those other things you suggested, like the A. It was like I'm still learning the Jace abilities.
Okay, so click on the minion that's dying the fastest, look at the HP.
Clicked on the wrong minion, but still got the.
There we go.
Oh, this one's.
The one behind you? Yep, there we go. Ooh,
Oh, missed two.
oops. Oop. So it's not as easy as it looks, is it?
It's not. Yeah, I know it's hard. I'm usually not too bad. A lot of the games that I play, I lead the team in CS. But I mean, I'm still playing at a silver level, so.
Yeah, and you do have like really great CS for your level, right? It's just that we're looking like the main goal for us to reach is going to be 10 CS per minute by the 10-minute mark. Okay?
Okay.
So at 10 minutes, you're going to want 100 CS. So there are two techniques you need to use in order to hit this. Okay? The first technique is what we're going over right now. After this wave, we're going to leave the game. But it's last
Okay.
hitting. Okay? Last hitting
Yeah.
is just making sure that you hit the way, kill the creeps, and you get the gold. Okay, so
Oh, missed.
we're gonna leave the game here. You have any questions
All
about that
right.
currently?
16. 16 and a half. How many out of?
You
I
missed
don't know.
four. You missed four creeps. So that was, oh wait, no, you had
Okay.
16, so that was 3 waves, so 6, 12, 18. No, you missed 24. You missed 6 creeps, right? So you missed an entire wave,
Okay. Well.
technically, which is, you're
All
still
right.
doing
Well,
well. You're still doing well, but you missed an entire wave's worth. And what's important for you to know is that every creep you miss, right, snowballs. So, because you're gonna miss, if you miss 1 creep per
right.
wave, every 6 waves, you've lost an entire wave, right? So you want to think about it like that. You want to think about them compounding onto each other, and be critical about yourself when you miss a creep, because every creep is important because it
Yeah.
really, really accelerates your itemization. Now,
Yeah.
uh, we're going to talk about the second mechanic you want to take advantage of in order to uh, maintain high creep scores.
Like,
This
you
is
out of the
called,
game.
yes, I've left. This is called wave control. Okay, what wave control is the basically the ability to control where the wave is in the lane, so that you can back to base on time, right, and get into lane before the minion wave hits your tower. Okay. What this does basically is it stops minions dying to your tower when you're not in lane. Does that make sense? Hello?
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah.
make
Makes
sense?
sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first thing that we're going to go over, because it is the first thing that happens for the lane, is I have to screen share here. Share. Okay. So you see the screen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So it takes the minions, these guys, 6 seconds for them to hit from this tower here to get in front of this tower. Okay.
Okay.
So when you're looking at your creeps here on this side, and you see that your creeps are here on the minimap, you know that your
Mhm.
opponent's creeps are here, and that they're gonna be
Right. Same
in
spot.
front of, exactly, and that they're gonna be in front of the tower in 6 seconds. So backing, like,
Right.
if you backing here in a situation where your creep wave is here is not optimal. Okay, the only way that you
Okay.
could back you could back if your creep wave is here is if you push this wave freshly to their tower. Okay, so that this minion wave will meet them at their tower. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so if this minion wave is going to meet their minion wave in the middle of the lane, they will be able to push you, push the wave, and then you will lose a couple of creeps. Make
Right.
sense? It takes approximately 6 seconds to
Yeah.
get from tower to tower for each creep. So you can use
Okay.
that timeline as your reference. But before you back to base, you want to make sure that your minion wave, or the minion wave you want to farm, doesn't get pushed to your tower. Clear?
Hmm.
Okay. Now, important wave control technique. We're gonna start a game here. Another one.
Okay.
Okay. My client's bugged. I have to restart my client. So I'll just talk about
Okay.
basically the effects of high CSing while we start this up. The obvious effect is more CS, more gold. Okay, but when you're 20 CS, 30 CS, 40 CS, like the more CS you are ahead of your opponent, they they keep falling into your tempo. When they hit tab, they're gonna be like, I'm 40 CS behind, I'm 30 CS behind, I have to catch up. But
Okay.
if you're matching them, they'll never catch up. But their focus is on CSing. Okay, so when people are behind, they just have to farm, I have to catch up. It creates a psychological advantage. Okay, at this point, right, you can actually sacrifice a CS to deny them a CS.
Okay.
So you're just putting them further and further behind. You've established your lead, and now your goal has changed from getting high CS to denying your opponent CS.
Right.
Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yep.
This psychologically creates more frustration in your opponent, especially in the mid lane because it's so bursty and volatile. There are times where they will just ignore farming. They'll accept the fact that they can't farm, and then they'll just stay back, wait until the creep wave gets on the tower, and give you full control of the lane.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so I've invited you into the game.
Oh, okay. Jeez. So what are we working on in this game? What am I doing?
We're going to be talking about wave control. About controlling the wave?
Right.
Okay. So in the early game, you don't want to be over pushing the wave. Okay. If you push to their tower, you make yourself more open to ganks. Now there's something called the magnet effect, and the magnet effect is basically a mirror of how aggressive you're playing. If you're not playing aggressive at all, you're not going to have a strong magnet effect against your opponent. They're not going to want to come and gank you. But if you're playing aggressive, they're going to have a lot more openings, and you're pulling the jungler towards you. Sometimes this is a good thing, sometimes this is a bad thing, but early game, you do not want to play like you have high magnet, nor do you want to get pushed on, because you'll fall behind in experience.
Right.
So your goal is to keep the wave in the middle of the lane. Okay? So the first step is to create maximum possible distance from your opponent. So we'll discuss how to do that here. So meet me right in the middle of the mid lane. Okay. So when I'm standing here, right, you want to be standing on this region of the lane, on this corner.
Okay.
Okay? Because we have the length distance, and then we have the positional distance. Okay? So that's the furthest possible way, a place you could be from me. And it'll take me a lot to come in and harass you, so you can CS safely, right?
Right.
If I'm in the middle, that means you can stand in the middle, and if I try to aggress onto you, you can just retreat and auto attack me, like auto retreat, and I'll take more creep damage than you will. Okay? But this game is just like chess, and it's just like very many competitive games. It's all about center control. It's all about establishing control of the center of the lane. Some champions can do it better than others, but typically standing in the center is not going to be a good option. You want to be standing on a side.
Right, okay.
Okay? And you want to be mirroring them. Okay?
Yeah.
So here, don't attack any creeps. If I attack a creep, you match it with an auto. So there, like you autoed once, so I'm going to auto once. Now the waves are pushing equally. If you just last hit, the waves will freeze in the middle of the lane.
Right. Oh, I missed two.
So you see how there's two creeps each, and the creeps are coming, and they're all meeting in the middle of the lane. They didn't really push too hard.
Right.
That's because we didn't over push.
Right.
So now it's 4 creeps against 4 creeps here, right?
Yeah.
You have to kill this creep, otherwise it's going to push. Now it's 3 against 3. Now it's 2 against 3, but we're meeting up in the middle here. So managing how many creeps are here, making the amounts the same, is to your benefit, okay? You want to do this for the first 4 levels of the game. Make sense?
Oh, okay.
Uh, Does it make sense? Is it clear? Okay. So, going to exit the game now because we made the point there.
Okay.
Just to go over that again, because it can be very confusing. The technique is called lane freezing, right? You just want to make sure that the wave sits in the middle of the lane. You want to be aware of where the creeps are coming from, what times they're going to be there, right? And be able to manage the middle of the lane. What happens is you'll have 6 minions there, and if you're phrasing correctly, right, your last 3 minions of your previous wave will be there as the new minions come, so that will be a 9 minion wave. Okay?
Okay.
And you don't want to overpush that 9 minion. It could look like it's a little bit overbearing, a little bit intimidating, but you want to whittle it down. If I auto attack the wave, you want to equalize that. Every bit of damage you put on the creeps will accelerate the push. So if I'm trying to accelerate it over and over, like if I auto attack 3 times, you match it. You auto attack 3 times, right? That way it keeps it keeps pushing at a steady rate. Make sense?
Do I not want to pull the wave a little bit closer to me?
Okay, so the reason you only do that at the level 8 to 9 mark if you are at a disadvantage. The reason you do not want to pull the creep wave closer to you or early is because you don't have a lot of like skills at level 1 to 2. You only have your 2 skills. You're not you don't have your full kit. And your opponent will level up faster than you. Right? Because they're killing creeps faster than you, they'll get experience faster than you. Right? And their wave will be bigger than yours because their wave is pushing. So in that gap where the creeps are about to meet up and they're not quite there yet, they can use it to trade on you. And if they do that, they'll get HP advantage and be able to zone creeps from you. So you want to play with them on equal ground for the first 8 levels. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So, do you think you could hit 10 CS per minute right now?
I don't know what I had.
Okay, so
I didn't do so well on that one.
Sorry? What was that?
I didn't do so well on that. The first one I did better.
Yeah, the first one you definitely did better. You were more focused on getting the creeps, right? The drills that we are going to be doing now, you do not want to get used to Jace's stats, okay? It's really easy to get comfortable. Like you have your rune page, you have your mastery page, and you get used to when you can last hit, right? That's good. But when you start switching characters, it can vary. It can be different. You know what I mean? Like some characters have different ADs. You want to get used to the consistent mechanic of just auto attacking when the creep's HP is lower than your AD. Okay?
Okay.
So the drill for this is first you do a game with your runes and masteries for the champion. Then you take 0 runes, 0 items, right? But just your mastery page. And then you take no mastery page, your runes, and no items. And you just keep alternating like that. You keep randomizing it. And what that does is it keeps you honest to the mechanic, and it doesn't keep let you get lazy. A lot of players, and like majority of players, just look at the visual like indicator on the creep above their health, and they're able to tell if they can last hit it or not. Right. But the top level players actually look at the HP value, because when it gets to like pressure moments, like moments when like you have to play, like you have to be alert of everything and things like that, sometimes they'll miss creeps because they'll overact, right? They'll get too into it and just miss it. And missing 1 creep in professional plays can change a game. Because it can snowball it, okay? Okay, so at if you hit at the 10-minute mark 100 CS in comparison to your silver elo's average, which is 55 to 60, right? You will have about 2 kills more gold value. Kill is worth about 24 CS, so you will be like 8 CS underneath a kill. You could just wait for a wave, and you'll be about that. And what that means is you basically have half of a mid-tier item over them. Okay?
Okay, so that's pretty cool. 100 CS at 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. So your build, the reason it's very important on Jace to CS very well is because you build Tear of the Goddess. Tear of the Goddess is an item that you need to build early because you have to stack it, but it doesn't have any combat stats, so it kind of makes you a little bit weaker in lane. So if you hit 100 CS at 10 minutes, that'll be the difference of you just having a tier and like double longsword to having a tier brutalizer and your level 1 boots. Okay?
Right.
So it'll definitely accelerate the state of the game, and then at the 20-minute mark, you'll have about 200 CS. Your opponent will have about 140, according to like silver averages, and this is like the top level players in silver, I guess. People who like focus on CS. So you may even have more than them. And then at that point, it just gets out of control. I saw your games in a 40-minute game. You were hitting 200 and 300 CS, and that's excellent. Right? A lot of people do not have the ability to hit that. But that being said, we got to take it to the next level.
Right.
Okay. So we're gonna do a drill here, right? You're just gonna focus on CSing, right? And then I'm gonna see what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. My client's bugged again, so you gotta restart. League of Legends
All right,
bugs.
good. League of Legends bugs. I wonder how long I can get until I can play ranked. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. I have 0 comfort level at this point going ranked, but soon on this champion mode.
We'll get there very soon. Once you get these things down, these foundations, you'll be able to handle rank no problem. Okay?
All right. There it is. Okay, so.
Okay, so we'll talk about each minion's effect on the lane. So you know how the creeps come in waves of 6?
Yeah.
Okay. You do not wave or 6 or 7. Every third wave you get a cannon creep. You do not have an excuse to miss a melee minion. Melee minions should be get because they're very safe to hit, right? You shouldn't be getting punished for them.
Right.
Now, remember how we were talking about the crossway? Like when you're like far away from them and you're diagonal? So basically, like the creep in between you, like on that diagonal, so on the side that they're on, right? You should be getting punished for. So that's 4 creeps, right? That you can trade with evenly. Okay? Does that make sense?
Okay.
Now the creep that's parallel to you, right? So if you guys are, I'll come to lane and I'll show you.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay, so come to mid. Come out? Okay. So if you're standing directly across from me, so back up a little bit, and there's a creep right in between us,
Okay.
right? That creep is contestable. Like we can fight over that creep, okay? But if you were
Right.
on the diagonal path like that, you'd
Yeah.
be able to get that creep without getting punished. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yep.
The middle caster creep will always be a contest, and if you're able to get that creep without taking damage, that's great. Now,
Okay.
cannon creep, right? It is worth the most value.
Yeah.
So you do want to, for sure, get that creep even at the risk of taking damage. That's the only
Okay.
creep worth taking damage for. Make
Okay.
sense? So what I
Yeah.
want you to focus on here in this drill is last hitting and mirroring my movement.
Okay.
Okay?
Oops. Ah.
Okay, so how much AD do you have?
66.
66. So just click on the minion and know that 66, right? You have to wait until their HP gets lower than 66.
Yeah, it's just when they're getting hit by like 3 of my guys, it's also then timing the shots from my guys.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to be wrapping around here, so you have to be wrapping around as well. Good job. If you're not able to auto a creep, you can use your Q to get the last hit.
Right.
Okay, but this is something that you only use if your auto attack animation is on cooldown.
Right.
You want to be using your auto attacks mostly to CS because they are free.
Yeah.
They only work off of cooldown. You did a decent job of freezing as well. So that's a Q. Yeah.
Missed both of them.
Mm-hmm. Now this would be a good time to back in general,
Right.
right? Because you have me pushed up here. So remember this moment, whenever you get like pushed up to here, you want to get out of vision and back to base immediately and get your tier.
Right.
Okay?
Ooh.
Ooh. You don't want a double auto attack.
Yeah. Well, I just saw that you have a bigger wave, but yeah.
Mhm. For the purpose of this drill, you just want a single auto attack. We're not really too focused on wave control.
Okay.
And what you can do to thin this wave out is you can just cue the backline here,
Yeah.
right? And everything will get low enough for you to thin.
Yeah.
See what you're at right now. 26. Oh, whoops. Nice.
Focus, man. I'm stressing out.
It is this requires a lot of focus. So and it's definitely something that you can't just get overnight. But you're actually CSing very well. You're actually CSing at the rate that professionals do in game.
Right. Without because we're not attacking each other.
Exactly. We're not trading and stuff like that. But like, um, if you were perfect CSing, you'd be at about 50 plus right now. But the reason pros like would be sitting at this number is because they'd be also be like fighting each other, respecting the jungler, things like
Yeah.
that. But right now, like, you're getting a good amount. You're on the right track. Nice cue. Okay.
Oh,
So after this wave, we're gonna do some J specific things. Okay.
yeah.
So how much gold do you currently have?
1,500.
1,500? Okay. So by the 8 minute and 30-second mark, so we'll go there. We'll see how much gold you have, okay?
Okay. Oh,
Ooh. Remember that every single time you level up, your AD goes up, so you need to get the new number in your head, okay?
yeah.
56 CS. Not too bad. Was there CSing in Warcraft?
No, I never played where you only control a single
Okay.
character. It's always
I know that was like Warcraft was like the first MOBA. So how much gold do you have here?
2,100.
2,100? Okay, good. So 9 minutes. So the reason we're paying attention to this is because your core on Jace is your tier and brutalizer. Okay? So this is going to be Jace specific CSing things, but you can translate this to any character you use. But you want to take what you currently can do when you're playing in practice and
Yeah.
benchmark it. Right, you have 2,100 gold at 9 minutes. 2,100 gold is you having Tear of the Goddess, which is 720, and Brutalizer, which is 1,337. Right, so you will have just over that, and you'll have enough war potions and wards. Okay,
Okay.
so when you're playing, sorry,
Are we leaving the game?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
when you are playing a game against actual people, by the 9 minute mark, your goal is to have Tear and Brutalizer. You want to back at around the 5 to 6 minute mark, even the 7, to get your tier, right? But in the next 2 minutes, in the next 3 minutes, you want to be able to afford your brutalizer. Okay? So
Yeah.
your CS, right, is your benchmark. Now, let's say you get a kill in lane. Okay? You are now accelerated. So at the 9 minute mark, you will have your tier, brutalizer, and working towards your boots of lucidity, right? You are now accelerated. Okay? You want to make sure that you have these values in mind. You want to make sure that you have your benchmarks in mind. So let's say like you're behind because you died, you got caught out, or things like that. You are now behind, and your job here is to catch up to your benchmark, is to even it out. Okay? Every game you want to be playing against yourself. This is how you develop consistency. Right? Now you were talking
Okay.
about ranked, you want to get better at ranked, you want to get ready for ranked, you want to be consistent. Right? The whole point of ranked is not about winning each individual game, it's about winning 80% of them or 70% of them. Because if you win 70% of your games, you're going to gain elo. Right?
Yeah.
You can't win every game. So I wish I could teach you how to like win every single rank game, but some games, sometimes people AFK, sometimes people will purposely feed. It happens, and sometimes you just got to go on to the next one. But if you're maintaining these high scores, these high benchmarks, people won't be able to keep up to you, and you will have an advantage. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do this drill one more time, okay? But now I'm gonna attach something a little bit more engaging for you. I want you
Okay.
to vocally say when the HP of the creep, right, gets to a point where you can last hit it, right, and then tell yourself you're last hitting it.
Okay.
Okay, I want you to talk to yourself. I know it
Okay.
may seem a little bit crazy, but client's bugged again.
Okay. I'm gonna talk. What am I saying? Now. 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 Oh, we lost Warren. Warren dropped out. I don't know what happened to his computer. Let's see if I can get him back. Warren, you left the hangout.
Oopsie.
There we go.
Yeah. Sorry,
Back.
my Google Hangouts mechanics are not too on point here.
Okay, so
Yeah.
back to lead.
Yeah, we're gonna do that, but we're gonna get you more engaged into it. The technique here, like the teaching technique we're using here, is if you internalize it in your mind too much, sometimes it gets a bit overwhelming. When you start like saying it out loud, start like doing it to a tempo, feeling it, it gets a little bit easier to deal with. How does it
Okay.
feel right now, CSing?
Not bad. I mean, maybe I'm not fantastic at it, but it's also not the first time that I'm trying to do it, so I have a little bit of background in it, but it's decent. It's decent.
Well, that's the result, but how are you feeling? Is it high stress for you? Is it a little bit overwhelming?
Oh, it's yeah. I mean, it's a little. The reason why I what it was all the mechanics and last hitting and all that stuff. So I left that position. So here we are again, last hitting.
Yeah, we're gonna be. This is like last hitting is something you can only learn through repetition.
Yeah.
So you got to keep going. You got to keep getting it. We're gonna be increasing your benchmark in the next couple of weeks from 2100 at 9 minutes to 2400. Okay. So your current goal is to hit at the 9 minute mark 2100. If you can do that in 5 games consistently, right? We're gonna accelerate that into 2400. Okay.
What kind of consistency is that in hitting? Like, what percent of the minions am I hitting to get that? So like 80% of minions, 60%?
80%, or actually it's more 70% to get
Okay.
that. You
70%.
Yep. You technically should be hitting every creep but one in a wave. That should be like
That's the goal.
your goal for consistency. Because hitting every creep sometimes is just like you're taking damage. You're taking too much damage to get every single creep in a wave.
Okay.
Right? So you should be minimizing the damage per minion ratio. The way you gotta value damage is you're paying a cost to get a creep, okay?
Right.
And if you're constantly paying for creeps, you're gonna end up losing more creeps in the long run, right? So in this drill, remember, you're gonna tell yourself when a creep is like getting low enough, right? So you're gonna prep yourself out loud, right? You're gonna tell yourself when you're gonna last hit, and then you're gonna tell yourself when you're gonna rotate. Because if I'm switching sides, right, you gotta switch sides. For the early part of the
Okay.
drill, I'll be telling you when I'm switching sides, but then I might just throw it in randomly, and you'll need to be able to be aware of that. Okay?
So I'm saying this out loud?
Yep.
Okay.
All of this out loud.
Good. Here we go. Bring it.
Okay, so I want you to pay attention here. When the creeps hit your the tower behind your tower in the mid lane, count how long it takes to get in front of it.
Oh, I see. Okay. 1, 2. Oh crap! My mouse just died. Oh, it's not scrolling off the screen.
Oh no.
Okay, whatever. I think I can make do. I just won't move the mouse. Okay, he's at 180. Hit! Oh, I missed it. Too late. Hit. Hit. And 66. Hit. And
There we go. Oh.
hit. 2. Hit. Hit. Oh. Hit. I also got a time when my guys are firing those long range things.
Yeah, you have to hit it in between them.
Hit. Oh, too far. Hit.
We're not trading right now, so don't be afraid of me. Just
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not even actually paying attention to where you are. So stressed out. Oh, I'm missing. Okay, hold on. I gotta stop talking.
all right, get in your zone here.
Oh, missed that one. Missed both of them. Hit. 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 Oh. Hit. Hit.
Ow.
Hey, I gotta practice my EQ combo, man.
You do. Okay. We're gonna do 2 more waves of this, okay? So keep your
Yeah.
perfect focus. I want you to get every CS in this wave.
Okay.
Okay? That was a high value Q there. Nice.
Yeah.
Come on, vocal.
Oh, sorry. Hit. Oh, missed it. Q.
It's coming up.
Hit. Oh, just. Nine.
One
Hit.
last wave. Let's go.
Too far. Too far. Hit. Oh, oh. Hit. There we go. Hit.
Okay. Ooh. Misjudged damage by a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, meet me in my office.
Okay.
What I want you to keep in mind about the minion wave is that every single melee minion should be You should take for free.
Right. The front
Okay.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I have a question. You turned off the auto attack animation thing in game,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry, no, I didn't. I
Okay.
did, but then I couldn't get used to the A, and I was having a hard time learning the Jace abilities.
Okay,
So
so
I'll have
you
to bring
want.
that back. I probably have to do a whole session just on that.
Okay, well, we can do a whole session on Jace specific mechanics. We'll do that maybe 2 lessons from now,
Okay.
right?
So
But
still, when
sorry.
I go, I'm still not used to all the abilities. Like I never use my my W when I'm in melee form.
Mhm.
Never. I should. But,
Yeah, so I'm just gonna right now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna give you a quick rundown of your combos, abilities, and things like that. Okay, so what I want you to do is get in your range form.
okay.
Okay, so what I want you to do is to just fire your Q
At you?
with your Q, but observe how fast it travels, how long it goes. Get used to that. Okay. So did you see it? I want you to fire it again. This time, don't fire it on me. I don't have a lot of HP to spare.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Was an auto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn off that auto attack animation. You do not want to get used to that. So go to escape, hit game. You do not want any automatic inputs. Okay.
Okay.
Fire the Q one more time. Okay. You get used to it. It's kind of slow, right? It's not exactly the fastest
Yeah.
moving projectile. Now what I want you
Yeah.
to
I think.
do
Yeah.
is
EQ.
fire the Q, but then put your acceleration gate in the path that it's flying. So you use your acceleration gate first. I want you to fire the Q first, the Q
Oh.
being in
Okay.
the air, and then lay the gate down.
Oh, that's harder. Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Hold on. Cool down. Okay. Here we go.
There we go.
No.
No, you
that
did it.
was too late.
You did it
That
though.
was late. Yeah, I did it, but it was late. It didn't hit.
I'm
Okay.
just
Hold
getting
on. Let's do it.
potions. I'm just getting potions.
I'll practice it again. I'll try to hit him. Oops. No. Didn't get that.
It is QE.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I didn't get it. I'll try again.
Now, a unique thing about this game, not very many games are like this. But you can take advantage of this if it's for you. The sounds actually come out before the animations. So if you hear your Q firing, as soon as you hear it, you can activate your gate. Okay?
Hey, there we go. I got
There
that
we
one.
go. There we go.
I have no mana now.
So come here.
Go back in my tier.
Yeah. In hammer form, does it have mana costs or no? Some characters are like that. Some characters aren't.
Oh, no, it
Your skills.
I gain mana.
You do.
Yeah, my W passive is it? Wait, hold on. Gain 6. It's a passive. Gain 6 mana per strike. So I can gain mana by going
So,
attacking things.
so come back. Come back here. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
What I want you to do, right,
Yeah.
is this is your execution combo, okay? Or your trade combo.
Yeah.
So come to me,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
right? Go into hammer form.
Oh, okay.
It's hammer
Hold
time.
on. Okay.
There we go. Okay, so
Do we?
first step, I'm gonna break it down. We're
Yeah.
gonna just break it down in steps. First step is to use your Q. Okay?
Okay.
Onto me.
Yeah.
So go ahead, do it. Okay? And then you want to
Yeah.
auto attack. Okay? So you did the
Okay.
auto attack already. Okay? And then after that, you want to use your E.
Right. And W2, right? QWE.
Right? Yeah, your W will add later, but for now, just do the Q auto E. Okay?
Okay.
E. Okay. So you did 2 auto attacks there. You want Q, 1 auto attack, E. That's it. Okay? So
I
try
was
to.
trying to get in front of you, talking back.
You don't need to do that yet, right? You're getting on a
Okay,
whole
just
nother level
okay.
here. E. There we go. Walk away.
Yep.
Okay? The reason is you could do all that damage very quickly without me being able to respond. Okay?
Right. Okay.
So you want
Okay.
what I want you to do here now is you remember that A click that I taught you before,
Kind of. I'm not
right?
good
Is
at
it
it.
is it still bound?
No, I unbound it.
Okay, so rebind it again here.
Okay. Hotkeys. Abilities? No.
It's under player movement.
Player movement. Okay, there you go.
Attack
Attack,
move
move,
click.
A. All right, it's back on.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I want you to take your hand off of like put the cursor over me, okay? Like just hover the cursor over me and then take your hand off the mouse,
Okay.
okay? And I want you to hit Q and then don't hit anything, and then A and then E. Okay?
Q and then A and then E. Okay. In
Okay?
hammer form?
In hammer form.
Okay. Q, A. That did nothing. Q, A
Okay,
did nothing.
you have to be closer to me. You have to be in range of your Q. Okay, there we go. Q.
Q. No,
Is your
still did
cursor
nothing.
over me?
Yeah.
Do you have SmartCast?
No.
Okay, so enable SmartCast.
Oh man. Okay. Game. No. Video. No. Where am I going? Hotkeys.
So it's escape. You want to go to hotkeys and just say quick cast all.
Quick cast all. Okay. Oh
Okay.
man. Okay.
All right, so Q
Q.
A E. Okay.
I didn't do the A fast enough. Okay. Q A E. I just did Q E on that one.
Yeah. Well, you got 2 auto attacks up. Do you have the automatic attack on?
No, we turned it off.
Okay, good. Somehow auto attack animations got in there. Maybe your Q like automatically autos.
After.
Does it say it on the skill?
No, it just says leaps to the sky and then deals us damage and slowing them by 40%.
Okay, so just Q me. Just Q and leave it. Like, don't press any other buttons, okay?
Okay.
So it does auto attack.
Yeah.
It does.
Okay.
It does put it in. Okay. So what I want you to do is Q, and then when the auto attack goes out, like as soon as you see it visually,
Yeah.
right? Use your E. Okay. Just as soon as you see the auto coming out. Okay.
Okay.
Go. E. Okay. You can do that faster. So we're gonna break it down. You're just gonna do this, okay? So you're gonna auto, and then you're gonna E right away, okay?
Okay. Here we go. That
That
was
was
faster.
that was way faster. That was exactly the speed you needed to do it. Okay?
Okay.
So when
I
you're
can do minions too, right?
Hmm?
For practice, I can do on minions? Or no? Let's see.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
practice it on minions. You remember that clip I showed you before? Bjergsen did that to harass his opponents. He would Q to the minions, and then we'd auto them and E them away. Okay? But you need to get used to doing your spells quickly and efficiently. You don't want to leave any windows in between them for your opponent to do anything. The reason this trait is
Right.
super powerful is because when you push your opponents away from you, you create so much distance where you can just walk away. Okay?
Right.
So we're going to do this a couple of times, but I think that's everything for today.
Getting used to the smart casting and the no and the A.
Oh yeah,
It's gonna take some time.
for sure.
I
But
think once I get used to my spells.
so just to give you an idea of why smart casting is better, So I know you're a person who really values efficiency.
Yeah.
If you do not have smart casting on, you have to click in between everything,
Right.
right? So you are minimizing a click per skill you cast per game, effectively decreasing your inputs by about 50%, if not 45, 30%. So
Right.
you're having 30% less inputs. You just have to be more focused and faster. Okay?
Yeah. Probably worth a lesson just practicing that.
hmm we'll be going over that in like a mini lesson, maybe like in the week. We don't have to do an entire lesson over it, but I have no problem like helping you out with that. Okay, getting more comfortable.
Yeah.
So, try your full combo on me, full speed here. Okay. Ooh, almost no auto attack in between there. You have to wait. You have to be patient for that auto attack. Okay. Let's go again.
Yeah. I'm on cooldown. 3, 2, 1.
E. Okay. E was a bit slow, but the auto attack came out at a good time. Okay.
Right.
As soon as you see Jace auto attack, right, hit E. Like just wait for it. Just hit the E, okay?
Okay.
That was good, right? Could have been a little bit faster. We're gonna do it one more time, as I'm dead, pretty much.
Okay.
Oh, timer time.
Oh. Was that
Ah.
better?
It was better. So, do you have any questions right now about Jace that you want me
Uh,
to go over?
so yeah, no. So we'll get out of this game.
hmm
I think so. Obviously, I still have to get used to the abilities. I still got to get used to. I got to last hit better, which is the point of today's lesson. If I had to pick between, so it's like shifting the gears too. Now we've got the A and turning auto attack off and smart casting. Which
hmm
one of those three is like the most important to start with?
All three at the same time.
Oh man, you're
Yeah.
killing me.
The reason, and it's not one of those things you can gradually work to. It's kind of one of those things where you kind of have to set the stage for what it is and get practiced in that environment right away. Because every single time you're like taking something away, you're kind of playing on a different stage every time, and that's stunting your growth. You kind of want to just throw yourself into the fire, right, and just get used to it all. Now, I'm not asking you to do this in your games, right, when you're practicing J skills. Okay, that's different. But every day you should be doing these drills, the last hitting mechanics, for about 15 minutes, right? And you should be doing it in a custom game, not facing any bots, nothing. It's just you and the minions. Okay, you want to get
Okay.
used to A clicking those minions. You want to get used to smart casting your skills, right? You can practice last hitting for 15 minutes and then practice smart casting all of Jace's spells. Okay, and I can give you all the drills for that in a document after this. Okay,
Okay. Cool. I will give it a try. Here we
perfect.
go.
Okay, so that's
All
everything for
right. Thanks.
CSing. Take care.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
What's your next topic?
The next topic will be
Yeah.
okay. The next topic will be mid lane mechanics. Okay, so the mechanics of the
Mid.
lane itself. So responsibilities of a mid laner, the
Okay.
the objectives, the things that you have to prioritize. Okay, so that's everything.
Okay. Perfect.
Have a good one.
Thanks, Warren. Talk to you soon.
See ya.
See you. Bye.